Senator Warren has a kill plan for crypto in the US. In this video, we are going to delve into this and see exactly what her plan of action is and why she is the managing director for the banking institutions. And that's why Gary Gensler also works for her. Very, very interesting, guys. Well, make sure to stay tuned to the end of the video so that you can get all the informative information that you need to make the best decisions possible for yourself, your family, and your futures, because the future looks bleak without crypto. And the future looks bleak without crypto bliss too. So welcome back to the channel. I truly appreciate every single one of you benevolent, beautiful beings. Thank you for being here with me. I truly appreciate every single one of you and very, very grateful for all of you for being here with me, for sharing your love and your views and your energy here. You guys can see that my stuff has been going ballistic here lately. So I really appreciate my community so much. Thank you very much to all of you. And if you guys want to go ahead and trade with me, because I'm about to show you some killer trades, my trades are increasing. Ethereum is about to explode out. It already has broken out of its next level. So are you a bit late for a trade? We'll check that in this video. Make sure to stay tuned right to the end. Let's delve right in. My Bybit link is down, pinned below in the comments and in the description of the video for you guys. Make sure not to miss out on that, as well as my very, very beautiful Bitflix link. All right, guys. Today, the Morales money bubbles are cruising again. There's so many things in the green. Bonk, Pith, Solana, Arb, Opt, Sui, Ada, Shib, Gala, Pulsex, Lido, Injective, Femex, Aptos, Clay, Pepe, ETH. Things are pumping today, guys. So, there's very, very few coins in the red again. And, Ordinals is down a little bit. Beam is down a little bit. Casper's down a little bit. I actually bought some more Say and some more Casper this morning. And a little bit more XRP. So those were my buyers for this morning. And, of course, a little bit of more Bitcoin. And then trading wise, we'll see what happens there. We'll show you guys in a little moment. So make sure to stay tuned. Okay. All right. So this is going to be a crazy quick video for you guys because I need to just explain a few things to you. And we can see why Senator Warren wants your cryptocurrency. Well, first of all, and I actually, market cap, I actually want to show you guys a few things from that market cap perspective. But before I do that, just bearing in mind that the entire crypto space is worth nearly $1.7 trillion. It's up 0.3% for the day. The trading volume is $102 million, guys. That is freaking crazy, crazy, crazy epic stuff happening here. Now, is that 102 million or 102 billion? I mean, we don't. It's 102 billion. Sorry, not 102 million. It's 102 billion. Where's my mind? All right. So just with that being said, I just want to go and show you this in a little moment. And the reason Senator Warren and the banking institutions are scared is because they've done something that they shouldn't have done. All right. I don't know what that is, but I can't tell you. I haven't found out just yet, but I will let you know as soon as that comes alive. But, with Bitcoin beating Meta, which is one of the Lizard's platforms, it's about to overtake NVIDIA. Okay, and this is just Bitcoin, guys. We're not even talking about some of the other assets. So, we are seeing the entire crypto space is literally worth almost as much as Google or Alphabet together, but it's worth more than Amazon. So this is the entire crypto market space is sitting here between 5th and 6th position. Now that's very interesting, right? Because the entire crypto market cap is on its way to obliterate the #1 position in the total assets by market cap across the entire world. Now, bearing in mind, Bitcoin will always be the top asset. It will come up here and it will obliterate gold. But for now, it's still where it is at position 9. I like it. I think it's beautiful. Don't be fooled by Senator Warren and Gary Gensler and their gangster fraudster cronies, because what I'm about to show you, and if you guys have been watching my channel, I said to you, don't sell your Bitcoin to him. The biggest banking fraudsters of all time want your Bitcoin. If you are listening to these guys right now and getting fired out of your crypto and your Bitcoin, you guys are making a huge, huge, huge mistake. Just know as much power as the US government and Senate have, and Elizabeth Warren and this dude and all that dude, where's JP Morgan on this list? Where's JP Morgan? JP Morgan is all the way down here. They're scared because Bitcoin is worth double what they're worth. Okay, double. Okay, and make no mistake, they own Bitcoin. They own not the entire asset, but they own some Bitcoin. Okay, they have been buying Bitcoin right under your nose as well. We sit here and sleep and twiddle on our thumbs. I don't know if you've been twiddling on your thumb, but I haven't. Like I've been saying to you guys, I've been dollar cost averaging into as much crypto as I possibly can, as much as my cash flow would allow me to do that. You know, the best trading strategy that or the best investing strategy that I have at the moment, and it should actually be the other way around, is that I use 10% of my current income to buy investments. And most of my investments are in crypto at the moment. And then other 90% of it I use to save and pay for my expenses and that. But actually it should be invest 90% and use 10%. So this is the mindset of the wealthy. And I need you guys to know that you can do the best with what you can. If you can only allocate even 0.1%, then do it. Don't be left behind holding nothing, because if you're holding nothing, guys, the future is going to look bleak for you. Okay. Now, with that being said, let's go and look at some of the charts here, because so always I love stock money lists. I love his charting. Most likely we'll see a correction. There's no straight line to all new time high. I agree with that. Here's a pump, then a dump. 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 So guys, it doesn't go up like a hard on. Look at this. I mean, we had so many correlations. So first of all, start from down here. We had a pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump, pump. I wouldn't say this is a dump or a pump. It's consolidation, but it still pumped. We're going to probably see a capitulation and then maybe a little bit of a breakdown. Maybe I agree with, at this price level, that's probably around 38,000, more or less, 37,000. I don't think we'll go below that, guys. That's just my honest view. I really don't believe we're going to go below 35,000. And, I've been calling 48,000 to 50,000 for the end of this year, undoubtedly. Now, the year-end target is between 45 and 48K, according to Stock Money Lizards. A correction is imminent and necessary before we take off. So, as we can see here, we pumped up to the bottom. We had a pullback. Then we pumped up to the top. We had a pullback down to the bottom. Then we broke out of here, had a retracement, and then continued the rally. Now, guess what? We pumped up to there. We pulled back. Pumped up to there. We pulled back. We're pumping up to here. Maybe there's a bit of a capitulation, consolidation, a little bit down for now. Maybe we come back down to the 31 level at the very, very most. But once we break this and we retest this down-sloping trend line, guys, ooh la 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 la. I don't know about you, but we are going to be seeing some crazy, crazy prices from the Bitcoin chart, and essentially into all others. Now, isn't this very interesting? I showed you guys to get into Dodge down here already, and my trade's crazy in profit, and we kind of hit the 10 cents level. So we've hit the chart break. Look at this. We hit the chart break. We pull back, retested, and then we made crazy rally here, guys. Are we about to do the same? Are we going to see Dogecoin get up to whatever, maybe $3, $3.50, kind of the same rally as that? It's a very high possibility, guys. It's not impossible. Let me know what you guys think about that. But Dogecoin, the only meme coin with an upcoming case, X payment implementation, check Elon Musk's profile for D. The good is right in front of us. You just have to pick it up. That's all. I agree with him. Now, having a look at this, guys, the Fibonacci retracement levels for this Bitcoin cycle, if you have a look here, we pumped up to here, we hit the 618, we pulled back down to the 0 mark. We pulled back up to the 618, we pulled back down a little bit, and then we broke through the 618, right up to the 3.618, and that's very interesting. So I'll pull out the fib for us, and I'll do a chart analysis on where the that line could end up going to, and we'll see from there. Okay, now at the moment you got, so these are obviously the Hakanashi candles, and as you can see here, we had the double top. This is the level that we're actually all looking for right now, which is the 48K level. Look at how we hit this first level, pull back. We're about to hit it. Maybe there's a bit of a pullback coming in over here at this 48K level. And then we probably make this crazy pump up here to the 3.618 level. Now, bearing this in mind, we've got the halving coming up very soon. And as you can see, pre-halving, 618 is 48K. Okay. Pre-halving, which means any time between now and the halving. Okay. Post-halving is 3.618, which is about 220. We'll have a look at that on the charts in a moment. But we have 131 days left pre-halving to get to that 48K level. And bearing in mind, we already hit 44,500, guys. So we're almost there. Okay. So if you don't believe that it can do it, I've shown you guys, and this is from Altcoin Daily. So shout out to Altcoin Daily, and thanks for doing this chart. I've also done an Excel spreadsheet on this previously for you guys. And I've done and shown you guys the halvings, not as far as this, but I think I did up to about 2100 essentially. So these are the Bitcoin halvings years in estimates. We are now coming up to 2024 halving. So we're currently there. We're going to get there at the 24 halving. We have all of these halvings to go. Look at all of this right down to one. Okay, in 2136, which will be the last halving, which is another 29 to come. Now, I want to go and show you this video here from Squawk Box and Senator Elizabeth Warren, and what she's actually been saying to us at the moment. Because at the moment, guys, she is fighting the shit out of crypto. Okay, her and Gary Gensler and their cronies. And let's go and see what she actually has to say. But before I do that, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, hitting the notification bell. Make sure you signed up with my links below, because after this, I'm about to show you guys some incredible trading charts. Okay, so let's go and listen to what Senator Warren has to say over here.
I'm so curious what was going through your mind when you heard Jamie Dimon's response.
Look, when Jamie Dimon and I are in exactly the same place, it's because we have a serious problem in this.
We are in exactly the same place because we have a serious problem that their CDC isn't ahead on the crypto curve, and they're ancient in terms of what it is that they're doing. So don't believe anything that this woman says, because she's, I don't want to call her a liar, but she's lying. So, she's about to tell us that all the wars and all the Korean missiles and Hamas and Iran are being funded by crypto. But that's 1% of the entire cryptocurrency use, okay? Not even. Whereas the US dollar is being used for more than 4%, okay, to fund these exact same things. And in fact, the US government actually funds both sides of the war. So don't believe what she says, okay? This is media BS bullshit.
And that is a part of the financial.
And remember that she is owned by the banksters, and and then Gary Gensler works for her. Okay, just bearing that in mind. And JP Morgan is a bankster. Okay, let's listen.
Financial system is being used by terrorists, by drug traffickers, by rogue nations in order to launder money, move money through the system, and finance their illegal activities. But keep in mind on.
Sorry, guys, I get so fidgety listening to this woman. She's like, this woman needs to be, I don't know, something like she needs to be duct taped. Her mouth needs to be duct taped or something. I don't know. Whatever.
This one, it wasn't just Jamie Dimon. We had a long, long table with the CEOs of all of the largest banks in this country.
I wonder why. Because the banksters own her and they tell her what to do and what to put out there.
And when I asked the question, should the rules that apply to their banks, and by the way, also apply to stockbrokers and gold traders and credit card companies and credit unions and all the other financial transactors, should those same rules to deal with drug trafficking and terrorism financing and rogue nation financing, should the same rules be put in place? Every single one of them said, absolutely.
Well, then, absolutely, they should be implementing and, in fact, imposing the same rules on the dollar.
So what this tells me is it's time for Congress to act.
Let me ask you, beyond Congress acting, there's a big question mark over whether the SEC is going to act on whether, for example, a Bitcoin ETF will ultimately get approved, which would expand access for Americans all over the country potentially to invest in Bitcoin. You've probably watched the price of Bitcoin has risen quite materially, even in the past several months, in large part on the back of that expectation. You know Gary Gensler very well. Do you have any expectation that
you know Gary Gensler very, very well, whispering stuff into his ear, commanding him and instructing him through the chain of command what to do and how to do it?
something like that would take place, and would you support it?
So I don't want to speculate on what the SEC is doing here. I really want to draw an important distinction, and that is the SEC principally is talking about regulation, the kind of monitoring the platforms, the markets, make sure that there's adequate consumer protection, an issue that is built into the DNA of the SEC. It's an important thing to do. It's absolutely something they should do. What I'm talking about is the law enforcement aspect of this. It's not over at the regulatory agencies. What I'm talking about is the part of the system that makes sure that banks are not being used for terrorist financing.
So then why are the banks not being controlled for terrorist financing? Why are you trying to scrutinize? And just by the way, JP Morgan, I showed you my video yesterday. If you didn't watch that, I'll leave it in the card up here for you guys. But if you didn't watch that video, I showed you that the total amount of banks that have been fined was 7,400 times, okay, over a number of years. And basically, there was $380 billion worth of fines over that time. And JP Morgan makes up for 10% of those fines. It's the cost of doing business, guys.
For example, you know, we have something called the Bank Secrecy Act, which is how banks are required to monitor certain kinds of transactions that go through the system. It was written in the 1970s following 9/11. The law enforcement folks went back, looked at what had happened, figured out how the financing had made it through the system. And that's the last time that Congress updated the Bank Secrecy Act. What we need to do is we need to update it again because there's a new threat out there. It's crypto, and it is being used for terrorist
Guys, I mean, actually
financing. It is being used for drug trafficking. North Korea is using it to pay for about half of its nuclear weapons program.
Okay, and what is the US government using crypto for, just by the way? Because if you guys didn't know already, the US government and China, the Chinese government, are the two biggest states, international states that own Bitcoin, okay? They own more Bitcoin than MicroStrategy. WTF, guys? Get real. This woman is...
We can't allow that to continue.
She's pulling the wool over people's eyes. Now, guys, I don't know about you, but I mean, this woman just, I can't even listen to her. She's like, she makes me... Anyways, I shouldn't get so emotional about it, but I do because I'm passionate about crypto. I love crypto. And ever since I've been in crypto for about 3 years now, I've seen how crypto's helped me. I've seen how crypto's helped other people. I've seen how crypto's helped my family. So, guys, for me, don't believe what that woman says. That's absolute ludicrousy, okay? And I want to go... One moment. Oh. Sorry about that, guys. My one capsule just opened in my throat. All right. Now listen to...
I'm so curious what was going through your mind.
Now listen to what Mike Novogratz has to say here. He keeps doubling down and keeps being wrong, says Galaxy CEO Novogratz on JPM's diamond lashing out on crypto. I think it's supreme arrogance to think he knows what has value, but all the rest of the people don't. People around the world believe in it. That's what I've been saying to you guys.
Let's go straight to the Jamie Dimon of it all. You heard him say that, and you thought what to yourself?
He keeps doubling down and he keeps being wrong. What surprises me is so many of Jamie's clients, right? Some of the wealthiest guys in America, you know, Abby Johnson at Fidelity, Jeff Yass, Stan Druckenmiller, Ray Dalio, big investors all believe that Bitcoin is a store of value. We see it in our client base. Our trading desk has been busy with hedge funds buying. We see it in institutions buying.
Look how ridiculous this is. Diamond on crypto. If I was the government, I'd shut it down. But yet, he calls things like this and secretly buys it behind your back while he's busy telling you this. They were at one point the two largest buyers over the weekend that they were telling people not to buy crypto, not to buy Bitcoin. They were the two biggest buyers, them and JP Morgan Chase and I can't remember the other one right now. But one of the cronies there, one of the banksters were there. They were the biggest buyers of Bitcoin in that same weekend that they were saying, no, don't buy it. It's the worst asset on the planet. What the fuck?
And so I don't know where Jamie gets off thinking that he's smarter than all those guys. It's the epitome.
I mean, he's also spoken out against carried interest, and most of his clients happen to be beneficiaries of that and enjoy that and think it's a great idea as well. So,
carried interest is kind of tax policy, and I actually kind of agree with Jamie on carried interest. So it's very different on saying what has value, right? I think it's supreme arrogance to think he knows what has value, but all the rest of the people don't. And quite frankly, he's just been proven wrong. Bitcoin has way outperformed JP Morgan stock over 1 year.
Just like I showed you over here. It's worth double what JP Morgan is. And that's why he's shit scared.
5 years, 10 years, you name the period. People around the world believe in this. They believe in the community, the ecosystem. They see governments spending too much money, not just here in the US, but everywhere, and think you're going to debase fiat currency. And so, I mean, the story has kind of already been argued and won. When Larry Fick went on your show and said, I think you're going to see Bitcoin in all portfolios, I think, it was kind of game over.
It's kind of game over. Actually, Novogratz, correction. It is game over for Jamie Dimon because crypto ain't going anywhere. And I can tell you something. If the US government actually stifles crypto to the point where crypto leaves the US, guys, what do you think is going to happen to the US? Because people that know about crypto and that live in the US, they're either going to leave the country or they're going to have VPNs that trade outside of the US, and they're not even going to use the US. They're just not going to use the dollar anymore. So the dollar is just putting itself into a worse position. The US government is putting their own economy into the worst position possible, and they're already on the back foot. So if they don't legalize crypto and make it something that is tradable as an asset for their economy, they're not going to win. And I'm sorry, when the US government comes out and says this bullshit that Elizabeth Warren said, and the US government are the custodian of about 200,000 Bitcoin, okay, this is a big, fat lie, okay? Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, hit my notification bell, and what do you guys think about this story, by the way? I had to share this with you guys because this is ridiculous. Let's go and have a look at the Dixie at the moment. First, before I do the Dixie and the charts, quickly, let's go and look at the news for the day. So we've had all of this Japanese news come out. Japanese stuff was very, very positive by the looks of it. And now we have average hourly earnings coming up at 330, and then we have non-farm payrolls and unemployment rate, and then a whole bunch of conditions that are happening over there. So, guys, we are going to see the markets move for the rest of the day. Do not miss out on that opportunity. I'm sorry I'm hiccuping here, but swallowed my capsule and it got actually opened in my throat, so all the powder came out. Anyways, guys, you can see the Dixie. It broke through this bottom of the slope of the channel. It's busy retesting at the moment, guys. I actually think we're going to start to see a bit of a rollover here, a breakdown, and we probably close somewhere down at the 102.91 level for the dollar today. That's my prediction. Maybe then Monday we wake up and it bounces back up to there, continue to reject it. We hit lower highs and then continue the downtrend before as we break through that level there. That's personally what I see happening on the dollar. We all see charts differently. So right now, the Bitcoin chart, as you guys can see, we hit a bit of a resistance level there. The next support zone is down here, like I said to you guys, about 41,800 to 42,000. So maybe we kind of do something like this, and then bounce off of this, and then eventually break out of this downsloping trend here. Guys, that's personally what I see happening, especially considering that the RSI is now oversold. The MACD is still kind of coming out of it, and I think the MACD will start to cool down from the selling perspective very, very, very soon. And you know, these are the things that are happening. Now, if we're going to look at Ethereum, guys, Ethereum is doing some incredible stuff here. We had a bit of a rejection here on this point, and unfortunately, as you guys can see, we're actually making some bearish divergence here at the moment. Although I could argue that because this peak is this peak, but you can see that we kind of being bought up here on the MACD at the moment. So for me, I think even if we pull back down a little bit, we definitely coming up, and I think the next target for Ethereum is up here at the 2,700, 2,750 level. Solana continued its rampage to the upside, although right now that candle kind of looks like a doji candle, and it's kind of telling us that there might be some sort of cool off coming for us. Now, guys, you can see here, this is all my trades. My trades have been doing freaking well. And my Bitcoin trade is at 545%. My Pepe trade is at 107% up. My Cardano trade is now 388% up. Look at that, guys, $154. Beautiful, from $38. I actually got into a Bitcoin cash trade this morning, and I only put $7 into it, and we're already about 7% up. And I've got this one under 20x because Bitcoin Cash is undoubtedly about to explode, guys. My AVAX is now 272% in profit. My Dogecoin is 203%. My ETH trade is 227% and counting. My SAY trade is a little bit down at the moment. But as I said to you guys, I've continued to add to my position, and I'll probably end up building this maybe up to about a $40, $50 position while it's still sitting in this area. And that will probably end up being maybe like 5,000, say. Right, my Solana is now 99% in profit, and my Veracity is 140% in profit, guys. So you can see, if you guys are trading with me, you are making money, undoubtedly. I hope you guys have been enjoying this. Thank you for being here with me today on the Crypto Bliss channel. I truly appreciate every single last one of you beautiful, benevolent, blessed beings. Much love. Make sure to subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. Like the video, and share this with who you see can benefit from this value. Guys, don't be fooled by the US government. Please, please don't be fooled. Okay, they want your crypto, and if you give it to them, they'll happily take it. Love you all. Take care. Have a blessed day.